Hello guys, and welcome to a new Star Division 2 video today by myself, Vulcan, and Attack Power.
Hello everyone, Attack Power here, and super pumped for this exciting Game 3.
In this video, we have for you Game 3 of a best of 3 between URI and Farid Rommel in the third place final of the Division 1 Season 10 playoffs of the Steel Division League. Today they are playing on Shchedrin, and on our left in the red team, playing on the allied side, we have URI TANNER using the 3rd US Armoured with the Maverick deployment type. And on our right in the blue team, playing on the Axis side, we have Farid Rommel using the 122nd Infantry and the Maverick deployment type. It's been a very nice competitive series so far for a third place final, which is nice to see. What do you think about these divisions, Attack Power?
Yeah, two interesting choices. Third Armored used to be OP, then it got nerfed into the ground, and now it's making a comeback. We've seen it several times this season. It's got a great mix of armor, every kind of special Sherman you can get. Very limited infantry tab, but all your infantry come in half tracks, which kind of like almost doubles their value. Lots of M8s, you get your M10s. I mean, it's got a lot of good tools, a whole bunch of great arty that can be moved around, strong air force. So yeah, solid division overall if you're not fighting in the woods. And a lot of your infantry have bazookas too. That's big. On the other side, 122nd, a division we don't see super often, but it is really solid. It's a nice mix of Finnish and German infantry. You get a card of Stug 4s along with a whole bunch of Stugs. Then you get the Pak 43 Krupp, which is one of the best AT guns in the game. And then Focke-Wulf span and a lot of 150 mil artillery. So an interesting division to be sure. We've seen Farid play quite well with it before.
Yeah. All right, let's have a quick look at what is going down. So for URI TANNER on the top side on the left, we have a couple of armored rifles coming in with those M3A1 half tracks, which have the 50 cals on them. We've got the flamethrower there, a couple of Jeep 50 cals. Further down, an M8 and an engineer coming in, another M3A1 half track. On the bottom side, we've got a Bofors, an M5 gun coming in with a half track, the Jeep 50 and the flamethrower. And on the very bottom, we've got the flamethrower, another Jeep there, the 30 cal Jeep with the Recon, M5A1 Stuart, leader variant with a couple of engineers and the armoured rifles. And we also have an interesting unit here, the M4A3 Calliope at the start. Over
That's
on
fun.
yeah, it is. On the side of Farid, on the top side, we have the Lati with the Pak 40. There's going to be the Taka Ampoya, Sume Paisid. We've got the MG42 in there, IG33 following up with the Stug 3. Further down, Pioneer Fjorda, Grenadiers, more Sume Paisid with the Pionieri, and an IG33, another Stug, so similar compositions on both of those roads. And on the very bottom side, Lati, Grenadier, Lahetoyunta, some Sume Paisid as well.
Yeah, I mean, interesting deployment, of course, with this, with the arty right off the bat, and he's going for the town here to secure that flag. The Lati are fantastic, probably one of the best AT rifles in the game for sure. The best, which is it? Do you think it is? I'm not sure.
The Lati, yeah, probably one of the best, if not the best. Yeah.
Yeah, really strong for transport snipes and stuff, and even killing light armor such as M8s and things, and especially half tracks. Like, this will be a great unit for killing half tracks. We see the Taka Ampoya here killing a Jeep right off the bat. The double shot out of the sniper can like insta drop most things. It's really strong. Flamethrower catching out that Lati. Down south, Lati getting in, Recon dying in the transport, can't get into that church tower there. We do see the rockets coming in here.
And the Calliope was set on return fire, so that he held it in position, but he kind of held it just a little bit too long, so it's going to overshoot a couple of these units, the Sume Paisid, and the Grenadier is probably going to be relatively unaffected by this Calliope strike. The Lati will be pinned down though, which will allow these M3A1 half tracks to actually get quite a lot of pinning down with their 50 cals onto the Grenadiers and Sume Paisid, so it will at least force Farid to fall back for the time being, but not much overall damage done there by the Calliope strike. On the top side, meanwhile, yeah, that Lati absolutely going crazy, killing the 2 Jeep 50 cals and finishing off that squad at close range. Now the Lati at the top, trying to get rid of both of the M3A1s, only manages to kill one before being pushed off by the armoured rifles there.
Yep, he does have another Lahi on the Lahitorunta here, so that will be able to probably kill this M3A1 as long as it doesn't get pinned too fast.
Big push on this bottom side. The M3A1 half-tracks capitalizing on the pins here. Pioneer Fjorda keeping the Summa Poisid from surrendering for the time being. This flamethrower, when it gets close enough, will stop that from being the case. Although the Lati coming in clutch there, taking out the half-track that would have otherwise surrendered the Summa Poisid, but the engineers may still do so. Flamethrower not quite managing to get on target. Now the fallback from the Pioneer Fjorda will leave the Summa Poisid out to dry.
Yeah, and Tanner sensing the weakness down here and pouring in more flamers and stuff. He's got some more armored rifles coming in, and Farid not really responding with enough force, I don't think. But we see up north, he has cleared off this hill. Stug 3 moving up. Can obviously kill that M3A1 when it finally reveals itself, although this Summa Poisid here going to take a 50 cal to the face here first.
Yep. The Summa Poisid going to be struggling against that 50 cal for sure. Those armored rifles, though, not the best infantry in the world. But finally, on this bottom side, we do see the Summa Poisid get surrendered. The Grenadiers get killed off. And relatively good town control for URI early on. But I don't expect that to necessarily stay the case throughout the game, as the 122nd Infantry can be kind of annoying. The Summa Poisid are a very, very strong infantry squad, although most of them coming here in Phase A.
Yeah, since he brought him in Phase A with 1 vet, he only got 6, so he's kind of burning through most of his strong Finnish infantry right off the bat. He does have Sturm Grenadiers, which can do quite well in a town. But outside of that, he's kind of already burned through his really strong infantry. Lahitorunta here, moving through the town. He's gonna get held up on this flamethrower. Flamethrower probably wins this fight just because, you know, the flames keep them from throwing their grenade and so on. But Rommel on the micro there, dodging out of the house. Nice move there.
The IG-33 already scored a kill against the M5 gun up on that ridge, which was a nice kill early on. Lahitorunta now struggling against the flamethrowers. Did manage to get their grenade off, but the flamethrowers seem to have dodged it and take out that squad nice and easy. So good micro there from Tanner to capitalize there.
Yeah, the Stug 3 is going to be a bit of an issue, though. He doesn't really have, I mean, the bazookas, of course, but outside of that, he doesn't actually have a way to kill that. So as long as he keeps infantry around it, Farid should have a nice little brick wall here for that, for the time being. Although this Calliope might ruin... Nope, he's going after the IG-33. The IG-33 is moving.
Yeah, that Calliope not really going to be hitting the mark. In the middle, up on the hill, the M3A1 and the M8 were doing a lot of suppression onto the Pioneer Fjorda and the Summa Poisid, forcing a lot of those back. Now Ju-87 coming in to try and get rid of this M8, which is causing him problems.
Yeah, it just matters if this Bofors can get on target in time, the one way down south, and it doesn't look like it'll come into range, so he should get a nice Ju-87 strike off here. Does miss a little bit, so the M8 does survive. This Ju-87 pretty... Oh, he turned off the 250s. That's why it survived, because he only dropped the 500.
Yeah, it was also just off target as well, so
yeah,
that didn't help. Now P-51 coming across, and there's no AA on the side of Farid Rommel, but Tanner actually pulling away from that as the Focke-Wulf 190 A6 comes in, and all that URI really needs to do is play around his Bofors, and he should be fine. On the bottom side, look at that, Taka Ampuya going to be catching out the M1 gun. That's just a straight up free kill for that sniper squad. 2 snipers, easy kill.
These things are so good. One thing to note, the Focke-Wulf A6 is not the good one. The A8 is the one with the medium resilience. The A6 only has bad resilience, which makes it significantly worse.
It still has a good 420 mils though, which
yes.
will tear a P-51 out of the sky very quickly indeed. Grenadiers did manage to get into the buildings here on the bottom side of the middle hill and takes out the 50 cal and killed off the half-track. So a free flag there for Farid. Nicely done.
Yeah, that was a really nice play there. Really kind of held that up. And he's got quite a strong position up north. None of these, you know, the M5A1, the M8, they're all going to struggle to kill this Stug, even at close range. So he's got that hill held pretty good. Bofort's going to force the Focke-Wulf out of the sky. P-51 going to try to get on its back to kill it off quick. It might succeed. Yeah, it does.
Nice pick off there by the P-51. A little bit of a burst from those 50s, gets the job done. Got baited into the Bofors and paid for it. Now the Calliope coming down into the town. Might kill off the Pioneer Feeder, which would be kind of devastating for Farid's infantry here, because it would certainly weaken them quite a lot, but actually doesn't get the job done. Pioneer Feeder survives, Grenadiers remain at 2 vet, will recover from their suppression a bit faster, might be able to prevent some of these close-range infantry from continuing their push.
Yeah, he was actually going after the Shchedrin, but the Shchedrin had moved already to kill the M3A1 half-track down south that was killing his Takampoya. Now, engineers are pushing up aggressively. The Pianidi, though, in position now, but they only have rifles, so this is, I mean, both of these guys only have rifles, but one is semi-automatic, one's not, so that could go any way here. Infantry falling back up in the center here. Pack 40, IG-33 now going to be able to support the town down south. So that's really nice. Going to do a lot of damage to those armored rifles. The flamethrowers did get killed off. Up north, Shchedrin finds an M3A1 half-track for free, so that's a little bit of miss micro there by Tanner.
Yeah, nicely done. Now the armored rifles coming up with those bazookas to try and capitalize on that Shtug being much closer. But on the hill, the M8's now gone, so the infantry is re-enabled for Farid to push forwards. Bazooka does find the kill onto the Shtug on the top side, so nicely done.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a misplay there. The Lahitorunta not going to be enough here to kill off all this light armor, although there's another Lati right behind it, so he might... Let's see if that M5A1 goes down here. It does. There's a big kill.
Yeah, very nicely done. Lati getting the job done. Jeep 50 cal goes down as well. The two armored rifles struggling to get much done, but will have enough men, it looks like, to get through the Suma Poisid and the pinned down Lahetoyunta. So the hill, although there were some sacrifices made, will go over to Yuri.
We do see some 60mm mortars coming in. Now these are super strong, going after the 20mm, the Flakverling 20mm. The Flakverling is moving, but unfortunately it's moving kind of into the targeting range, so it's going to take a full face full of the 60mm.
Yeah, in the middle, the Shtug really helping out a lot here with the Shtug 3 pushing forwards. Actually, I thought the Shtug had killed the M8 already, but it looks like it was further back than I'd had thought. But yeah, the Suma Poisid, Pianelli, close range, easy done there. Shtug now engaging the armored rifles further down the hill. Pianelli coming across will force that M8 out of position, and then maybe the Shtug can capitalize after that. So these Shtug's actually causing big issues for Yuri. He really needs to start bringing in some of the nicer Shermans that can penetrate those.
Yeah, I mean, B phase is when he's really got his piles of Shermans to work with. He does have jumbos. He could bring a jumbo in, but I'm not sure if that like 100% solves any problem. It just makes things difficult. We do see we're about to hit B phase though, so both players going to unlock their Maverick power for B phase. Some smoke going down up north. Engineers flying in. Takampoya can't do much about it. Can't kill those half tracks. He will open up on the engineers when the opportunity arises. Probably the SDK of Z7 here going to go down as well. And,
nice kill on the bottom. Pack 40 kills another M1 gun that was trying to push up there to get shots onto the Shtug 3. Wasn't allowed to do so. P51 coming in with a strafing run onto the Pack 40. Does a little bit of damage. Might continue the strafing runs there as it's not under too much pressure from the AA on the bottom side.
Yep, and Farid down south trying to recapture his southern flag by swinging, like hooking underneath. JU-87 coming in up north, going for those engineers and stuff.
Check out this Taka Ampoya. It's been an absolute hero right now. It grenaded the M3A1, pinned and killed the engineers. The second engineer squad is pinned down, and basically his Taka Ampoya might be able to kill the M3A1 if it stays too close. JU-87. Oh! That's sad. That's sad.
Oh, you killed your own hero. That was harsh. He didn't deserve that.
Well, deals with that problem, I suppose.
Does this JU-87 not drop the 250 kilogram bombs? Because they didn't drop them again.
I think he's just turning it off, or had it turned off, and then forgot to turn it back on that time around.
Huh, kind of weird. 13-11 though for Tanner. Farid on the flag advantage once again. His just pure aggression. Tanner's having a really hard time keeping up with it. IG-33 on the hill should be able to stop this M3A1 with its HE because the M3A1 was definitely damaged. There's a Pack 40 on the hill too that could just move up a little bit and kill that. 60mm mortars hitting that MG42, but the infantry up north dying as well, and here comes a blob of grenadiers to recapture the hill.
Yep, Farid's going to get that back under his control. This IG is not firing at the M3A1 because, well, now it's not in line of sight, but before it didn't have its heat turned off, so it didn't automatically fire its HE. at the longer range. Sturmgrenadiers now coming in though to the town from Farid, and these chunky MP44 squads are perfect for this kind of terrain.
Oh yeah, and having a Panzerfaust as well just like gives him the opportunity to actually kill off this like M5A1 he's about to kill. And we've seen Tanner's position down south has really gotten broken down pretty badly.
Yep. Let's see if the Sturm Pioneers, Sturmgrens, do get this Panzerfaust on target. Looks like they will do. The M5A1 there struggling to get its guns on target. And that's going to relinquish another flag in favour of Farid. The flamethrower is going to go down very quickly in their Jeep as well.
Yeah, that's rough. And I think once again we're seeing, I mean, the thing out of 3rd Armored is that your infantry, although the infantry themselves are cheap, they're expensive to bring in because you have to bring them in half tracks. So, you know, the cheap infantry of 100 and, 122nd is able to overwhelm them pretty easily.
A nice micro here from URI TANNER with the 60mm mortars. I don't know if like the micro he's putting into that is really worth it though. Like especially there is, I guess, an enemy 81mm mortar, but yeah, I don't know. Like 60mm mortars can kind of like run on their own. You don't necessarily have to keep putting them in the half tracks every single time.
We do see our first Jumbo Wumbo here from Tanner. Just backed it off. There is nothing here that can kill that. Of course, the Pack 43 can, but there's none out yet.
Indeed. It would just rely on a Pack 40 side shot at the moment to get the job done. The Stug 4 is in a nasty position up on this hill, so that could certainly put some pressure on it as well. But check out this like abundance of infantry now coming in here on the bottom side for Farid, bringing in a bunch of pioneers to support these Sturmgrens, and this infantry disparity I think is only going to continue to get worse throughout this game for the 3rd Armoured.
Yeah, and that is, of course, their issue. They just don't have a lot of infantry. And right now, Tanner hasn't been able to really make great use of his half-tracks, and that's really important for this division. They have to really utilize the half-tracks to make up for the lack of infantry. And I think the Latis and you know, the AT rifles and stuff really broke down his ability to use those well.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the light armor vehicles early on just really got punished by those AT rifles. It was really good to see. The Pioneers getting into position on this bottom side is going to give him another flag. And Farid Rommel now up to 16-8 on this, and URI put in a really, really nasty position where your opponent controls now both hills on this top and mid area. That makes it very difficult to get in, although beautiful bailout here by the Calliope onto the Stug 3 in the town.
Yeah, easy to forget this thing has a gun. It's not just a rocket fire. It's got a gun. And it's doing it. It's doing its thing. Not that you really want it to be. But we do see 2 M4A3s up north along with that Jumbo now and a whole line of infantry. So Tanner looking to make his pushback here up north, it appears. Again, really impressive swing back from Farid in this town because he had lost it all and he's basically got it all back.
Yeah, well, I kind of found it weird that URI TANNER kind of put so much effort into the town early on in the first place, because I think this was inevitable. To be honest, like playing 122nd against 3rd, you have like that again. Sturm Grenadiers, Surmapoisid, like both of those things are just gonna kill any and all 3rd US armored units in the game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I kind of thought maybe he would just post a Jumbo up right at the beginning of the game, like up on the north hill, and kind of block all that up. We do see a Pack 43 in now, so Farid did spot that Jumbo, and he wants it dead, as we all do all the time.
Yeah, this Pack 43 group, pretty cool unit, can actually rotate very quickly and get those shots on target where needed. URI TANNER now confined even more so to this top side, as he will no longer be able to use that Jumbo in the open across that area there.
Well, in the group has a higher rate of fire than the usual Pack 43. Am I wrong? Or I'm pretty sure I'm right. Got 10 rounds a minute instead of 8, I think.
Yeah, it also just aims faster.
Yes, it does everything better.
Lots of armor, coming in. Marder 2s, Stug 4 on the way.
Yeah, and down south, Tanner pushing back in because Farid Rommel's push was all Pioneers, so there's no AT here to stop this. Now, Sturmgrenadier looks like it might be trying to fix that, although it's getting caught out here. Will get unloaded by the M3A1 before it can get there. Calliope giving a fire at that flak drilling, but the flak drilling moving. Farid all over his micro, doing a really nice job of not leaving things out to be killed.
Yep, making sure things are moving, keeping those attack move orders on those AA pieces is a good idea, because they will stop and fire at aircraft regardless, and they therefore also avoid artillery fire at the same time. 81mm mortar is going to help try and kill off the Bofors that were sitting on this bottom side, but yeah, the Lahetoyunta now coming in, Sturm Grenadiers backing them up, the Marders on their way. And there's a lot of options here for Farid to take complete control of this bottom side and grab himself another couple flags, even though he's already 15-9.
Yeah, Tanner throwing down smoke up north. He threw down smoke and then didn't use it, and now he's throwing down more smoke. And I think we'll finally see the push, although this 81mm mortar is kind of breaking up this assault before it's even happening. Pinning down infantry, adding suppression. Definitely very unfortunate for Tanner's push.
Yeah, it's a great play by Farid there, noticing the smoke coming in, immediately mortaring into the smoke. Very, very nicely done. One of the M4A3s, I think, was not firing initially there at the Stug 4, so it gave the Stug 4 time to get the 2 shots off, the 2 pens to find the kill. Now the leader going down takes away 2 vet from the M4A3 and the surrounding units. Actually, was that just 1 vet maybe? But regardless, the Stug 3 does go down. M4A3 took a pen. No AT left on this hill. These infantry are going to have to do a runner.
You see a Su-42 coming in, and truthfully, that could honestly do just fine up there. It's got the heat shells. It will one-shot all those things with its heat shells. It can pen these things successfully.
It can't pen the jumbo, though.
Is that a jumbo? Sorry, I thought that was an M4A1. Yes, it cannot kill the jumbo.
That heat doesn't scale at range, so it doesn't scale the closer it gets, so the heat round's never going to penetrate that jumbo.
Correct. Nothing penetrates the jumbo. It's too strong.
Not even the King Tiger penetrates the jumbo.
It's too powerful. It's too fat. But anyway, so continuing, we do see this Grenadier in the center hill here, continuing to grab this flag despite there being 4 armored rifles standing right there.
Yeah, the Shchedrin 42 just got picked off by the bazooka on the top side anyway, so that was unfortunate. IG-33 returning the shot though with its big old 150mm HE. Pioneer will probably finish them off if the PaK-43 doesn't beat it to it, or there's just another IG-33 kill coming in.
Yeah, IG-33 in the center hitting 4 armored rifles all at once. Ooh, that was painful. We see 3 Martyr 2s down south, going to cut off the reinforcement, takes out an M4A1 right off the bat, going after the M4105. Should be able to handle that just fine.
This Martyr squad is absolutely tearing it. They've already killed an M4A176 as well. And now they're going for the M4105. So one more shot will get the kill there. And, oh, the bounce. That was lucky.
That was very lucky. Ooh, P51 goes down to the flak drilling there. Not good. Doesn't have the points at this point to save those things. Calliope now is in range as well, although it's going after the M8s. Martyr 2's not see it yet?
No, they were just out of line sight. Now they can see it.
Now they can see it. Down it goes.
These Martyrs are getting so much value. The M4185 is trying its best to get HE rounds on target, but it's going to take a lot of HE rounds to kill these Martyrs. And the Martyr crew continues to move forwards. Continues to murder M4s. This is incredible value for these.
Yeah. I would just never have the balls to do this. I just don't. I can't see myself ever doing something this, like, strong.
Yeah, the M4A375 there, bouncing that shot, kind of gets away with not dying. Another shot coming through does find the kill. And so 2 Martyrs now down, and the last Martyr falling back. It looks like URI's managed to deal with that little attack, but loads of Grens now pouring into the town to solidify this position. On the top, we see the Stug 3 take out the M5A1, which means the Stug 3 is just able to provide constant fire support.
The PaK-43 killed the Jumbo. Jumbo is down. Died right next to the M4A1 leader there. So that's massive. Yeah, we see things definitely not going great here. We're now into C phase as well. It's important to note. So both players down to a trickle of points to work with.
Yeah. And just like game 1, that was like, what was it, game 2, sorry. The huge swing when the consecutive amount of units that Yuri just lost there that were decently high value. Like all these M4s just dying sequentially like that in the late game of a Maverick versus Maverick matchup. It's just so devastating.
Absolutely, yeah. Both literally and like to your psyche. It's just like, oh my god, what do I do now? Like,
Yeah.
what do I do?
You're just like looking at one side of the map, all your stuff's dying, and then you get notifications of more stuff dying from the other side of the map. And here, the Grenadiers getting 2 Panzerfaust kills, one onto the M4, one onto the M5, and that's got to be curtains for Yuri, surely.
Oh,
brutal.
That hurt. Yeah, that was. We see half tracks up north, driving for the Pack 43. Took some damage from 60 mil mortars and such, but down goes one to the Stug 4 behind the hill. Should be able to take out the second one and recapture that flag. There it goes. Pianiti trying to get to the half track to toss a grenade. Oh, it does have AT. I forgot these guys do have AT. Yep, and down that goes. IG-33 now going to wipe out these armored rifles. 60 mil mortars.
19-5. That's... yeah. Mortar's trying to do with the Pack 40. On the top side there, the Gren's going to be able to deal with the armored rifles at range because they don't have any MGs. And I think what basically just happened here is the 3rd US infantry just disintegrated, and the rest was history.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, what are you gonna, I mean, 122nd is a good counter to 3rd. You have answers to their jumbos. Your Stugs actually stack up pretty well against their Shermans because the Stug 4 with its extra armor. Your infantry are cheaper and more efficient and absolutely dominate the CQC range. I mean, it's a rough matchup for 3rd.
I mean, you can just see it with the Stug 4 here on the bottom side. I mean, it did just trade there because it was already damaged by the M4A1, but two kills for 1 there on the bottom side. And yeah, that's it for Tanner in that one. A brutal finish. Farid, fantastically well done in that game. 24 minutes 9 seconds, finds the victory, and the 2-1 against Yuri Tanner in a very decisive victory.
Absolutely, and that's also their kill to death ratio, 2-1 basically. 1,615 kills for Tanner and 3,385 kills there for Farid. So yeah, nothing really going Tanner's way that game. Very rough to see. Great match overall, really fun. But Farid pulling out a nice 3rd place win here for himself in this season 10 of the Steel Division 2 League.
Yeah, congratulations to Farid getting 3rd place. Commiserations to Yuri Tanner, but a very, very fun series to watch. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, thanks for an awesome cast as always.
All right, that's it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.